jump to that.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we just want to be free. We want to be free to ride our machines. We just want to be left alone. We want to party. We don't stay inside because of rain. We don't stay at home because it's cold. We don't even like to park our bikes. We ride. This is our biker's lifestyle.
And we're back.
And we're back. Okay. Bikers Life Podcast. I am whoever the you want me to be. What's up with you?
I'm glad I'm not a stepfather.
Your what hurts? I don't know what he.
I don't know.
That hurts.
Nutsack.
So
we went off the deep end now.
So all right.
Let's get back into this.
So we're circling the drain here. So let's not flush all the way down. I'm gonna be that stubborn turd. So here's what I was gonna say.
Hey, shut up.
Anyways, so where we left off, flat Earth, right? That's what we're talking about today, or
Flat? No. We're talking about a couple of things, but we talked about this. I was challenged. I mean, we get mail, right? We get people that get in contact with us through the various social media devices.
somebody sent us a box of stuff. I keep fucking forgetting about Nolan, fucking guy Nolan.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he sent us a whole box of shit.
No
It's
shit.
pretty rad. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Tell you about it because, like, I got it when like all hell broke loose, like a few weeks ago, and I keep forgetting to bring it up. But shout out to Nolan.
Yeah, right on, man. Thanks, man. But yeah, I mean, we've gotten hats and cigars and thumb drives with movies on them, and all sorts of different stuff. Well, this one person had gotten in contact with me. And we make no jokes. Gold Wings, we've joked about Gold Wings on there, right? We've joked about Sons of Anarchy, and we've all both admitted several times in several episodes that we really have not watched the series. A sporadic episode here and there. You did the second shift, so you'd watch it at night.
Mm-hmm.
A few episodes here and there, and it was rather comical. But the person challenged me and said, "Well, they think it was one of the greatest TV shows ever made. They loved it. They were completely fascinated by it. And how can I, if I haven't seen it, how can I make fun of it? And how can I comment on it?" I said, "Okay, well, I don't work. I'm, medically retired. I'll binge watch it and watch the whole damn Sons of Anarchy, and I'll give it a shot." And I did go in with a somewhat open mind. Now, it's not often that we do script things, but I had to write some shit down. So it's not a script, but it's just a shit. I literally wrote this down 10 minutes before we came on here. So here's my summary of Sons of Anarchy, okay?
Yep.
Right? So you got Jax, right? He's the main protagonist, right? He starts out, he's the vice president, then he turns to be president. He's a legacy, right? His dad started the club. But Jax is sad in the beginning, right? Because he found his dad's manuscript because his dad was sad. And, he found his dead dad's manuscript, right? So then his kid literally gets like kidnapped by the IRA and brought to Belfast. So then Jax goes over there, kills a bunch of people, gets the kid back, right? So he marries his high school sweetheart, right? So they have a kid, right? But then his mom, Gemma, kills her.
Yeah.
She kills her, but then she blames it on the Chinese. So then Jax kills everybody, there, resulting.
Right.
And,
was she vaccinated?
I have no idea.
Did she get the booster?
This
Is
was
that
like
what happened?
this was like 10 years ago, brother. Leave me
Oh,
alone. Come on, let me get through this.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now when he kills everybody, sometimes he does it in broad daylight, and usually with this cut on, and they
Yeah.
don't have problems with it, right?
No.
I know he's tried to die for the club a couple of times, right? So he tried to sacrifice himself the one time in prison, but no. His buddy Opie stepped in and he got his ass beat, and his
The
head
baseball
caved in.
bat. Yeah,
The base, right. Got messed up pretty good. And that was for the love of the club. And then Jackson eventually Jax dies at the very end. He puts himself up for suicide because he got the mayhem vote, and he drives his dad's sweet motorcycle. What was that? A knucklehead? I think it was a knucklehead. It might have been a panhead. That blue panhead.
Panhead.
Probably.
Knucklehead, he probably would have broke down on his way to the suicide mission.
So he drives that into a semi truck with his arms up in the air, right?
Yeah.
You know, and that was all for the love of the club. Now you got Clay, right? Like Clay. Now Clay is Jax's stepdad, and he married Gemma. But Clay was the president in the beginning. He kills Jax's dad. He kills club members, like buddies, people he's known to start to form the club with him, without mayhem votes, like indiscriminately. Double crosses everybody, right? Ends up marrying, Gemma. Like in the process, after he kills Jax's dad, he marries Gemma. So now Jax is his stepson. Anyway, he ends up in prison, but he doesn't get butt fucked. All right, for some odd reason, everybody else goes to prison, they get butt fucked.
Kind of goofy looking guy though.
Yeah, he was the Beast, man, and Beauty and the Beast. Like Juice or Otto, they go to prison. They both get butt fucked, and Juice kind of seems to like it a little, which is a little disturbing. Now you got Gemma, right? Gemma's just now, right? It's like Gemma, she helps kill her first husband, right? Jax's dad. Then she marries the guy who killed him, Clay. Now she threatens everyone, of course, especially the DEA and the Popo. But now Gemma kills Jax's wife with a carving fork to the head. I mean, carving fork to the head. Got to be a bad way to go, right? Juice walks in on it, right, and then sees it all, right? And he tries to protect her, but she lies about it. But apparently, she loves babies and animals. She's a really caring person, even though the whole fork to the head to the person that she loved. Anyway, then you got the coolest of sons of all, right? You got Bobby Elvis, right? Bobby Elvis. That's Bobby Munson.
Oh yeah.
The Elvis impersonator, right? Now he's a cool son. He's a cool son of a bitch, right? Professional
cool
singer, badass, right? But he literally
beautiful hair.
He gets put into like a gangster prison, and they're holding on to him. This is the black guys, the black ops.
Whoa! That sounded a little racist.
Well,
that sounded a little racist.
They were black ops guys. Black Rock.
Black ops.
Former Black Rock, right? So what do they do?
Black Rock, but you mean the place, the $1 trillion company that's buying up all the houses?
Right. So some of these black gangsters who were working for a guy that killed another guy, and then he took over because he's got his territory, but he's smarter than the first guy, right? Yeah. So like he's got these like former Black Rock guys working for him.
Rock, yeah.
Of course, they're badass, right?
Yeah, they're buying up all the properties.
Well, sure. Yeah, and then so they literally like take Bobby Elvis's eye out, pull his eye out, right? And he laughs at him like nothing. No, he's not going to talk. He's not going to talk.
No, he's badass.
They cut his fingers off, right? Ends up making jokes with them and everything. He eventually gets a bullet to the head in front of Jax. Pisses Jax off. So of course he kills everybody. Then you got Tig, right? Tig, played by the fantastic Kim Coates. Wonderful performance. But now Tig is a psychopath, right? So Tig, but he's caring. He's very, very caring. He's got a real heart to him. Now he likes freaky sex with Mexicans who apparently can either be dead or alive. All right, so he doesn't seem to have a problem with that. No, not at all. Exactly. Now eventually Tig falls in love with a tranny hooker named Venus.
Oh, okay.
With big boobs. And the club doesn't seem to have a problem with that. They just think he's into like some freaky sex or something. But like his bugaboo, dolls scare him. So dolls scare Tig. Right now you got Chibs. Chibs is another badass. Yeah. What can I say about him? But Chibs is probably he's the baddest of the badass, man. I mean, he's like a former IRA dude, right? I mean,
yeah,
or IRA hater or something. I don't know. But like he ends up falling for this hot sheriff, right? So then to prove that he's into this hot sheriff, he ends up nailing her on the hood of her police cruiser in a parking lot in broad daylight in front of one of his club members. That's kind of cool when you think about it. Then you got Juice, right? So Juice is a younger member. He's streetwise, but he's kind of stupid a little. However, apparently he's a computer whiz because, well, I mean, why not stereotype Generation X a little more? You know, I mean, you know, because that's a thing, evidently. Now he tries to turn on the club, not once but twice, right? So the first time he gives them a kilo of stolen heroin to the feds, tries to do it, but then he gets caught by a club member, so he shoots in the face. But then later on, he kills a cop to cover up the fact that Gemma killed Jax's wife, you know, with the fork to the head there. And then he rats on the club in jail, but then he gets butt fucked by one ethnic group first, and then the Aryan Brotherhood, who was protecting him from one group, and they turn on him, and then they butt fuck him until they kill him, but they let him.
Marilyn Manson was in that.
Marilyn Manson was the one who was doing all the butt fucking with him.
That's right. Well, I mean, if anybody's going to be doing it,
Marilyn's a creepy looking motherfucker, but apparently they let Juice finish his pie first.
So yeah,
because it's cherry pie, it's cherry prison pie. I've heard good.
Yeah, I mean, when are you going to get cherry pie in prison?
I guess it's the shit, from what I understand, because they paused long enough for him to finish the pie before they caused the riot for them to shiv Juice one last time. All right, sure. So to sum up, the club sells gun to the IRA and all the local gangsters. Now they do this every episode, right? Because apparently guns are perishable. Like you can just run through them all the time like a head of lettuce. You would think sell them the guns and then sell a lot more bullets and shit. But apparently they lose the guns, or the guns go bye-bye, or like me, they fall into, you know, various lakes and rivers and water streams in the area. But they also
accidents.
A lot of boating accidents. But then they run an escort service. Right, so they got an escort service, and they have not one but two porn studios. They had Cara, the one porn studio, but then they got another porn studio which, by the way, on a side note, gives me a real good idea for that unused space we have in the basement of the clubhouse. But anyway, we'll get to that later on down the line. Let's see. Oh, they also commit murder for hire. Okay. They buy and sell politicians and cop, but they don't want to run drugs because they have ethics.
Yeah, you don't want to run drugs.
No.
You don't, but that's the last thing you want to do.
No, there's Sons of Anarchy right there. And
did you enjoy it?
It was highly entertaining, but I laughed a lot.
Well, we got that out of the way.
We did get that out of the way. So I watched it. I laughed. I suspended my disbelief long enough to get through it. I probably will never watch it again. I did watch one episode of the Mayans, the very first one, when they machete the guy's arm off. That was kind of cool. But then I never watched anything else beyond that. So, all right, I need a break. Go ahead, talk.
Well,
a lot to take in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, my whole view of Sons of Anarchy, it's TV. It's not real life. Some of it is relatively true as far as the way MCs kind of operate, as far as like protocols and what have you. But then again, they had a technical advisor that has been in the MC world for fucking ever, and one of the biggest fucking clubs ever. And so, yeah, they're going to have some insight knowledge into it.
Chuck Zito was in it.
Yeah.
He was in an episode. One of their main characters was a former Hell's Angel. You know, well, I mean, and then Sonny Barger was one of their consultants. So, I mean,
he was in the episodes. He was,
he was Larry the Perv or something like that, or
whatever. I don't know. But long story short story long, it's entertainment. If people think that's the way shit is, no. It's like saying that, you know, every war movie you see is real life. You know, I've never been in the military, but from what I understand, Navy SEALs is not a documentary. So
they got it closer than Sons of Anarchy, though.
I don't know. I was never in the. From what I understand, it's just as far fetched.
Well, you know, let's look at it this way: Hollywood takes a good story that's true, and then they gotta screw it all up by making embellishments on the story itself and adding things. I mean,
well, let's be honest.
American Sniper, there's an example right there.
If they did a documentary on or a show on motorcycle clubs and it was 100% true, it'd be 100% boring.
The only people who would watch it would be guys in motorcycle clubs.
Yeah, and we would just watch it and still bitch about it.
And still, you're probably right. But could you imagine having a club brother that like had like a transgender girlfriend? No. I just don't see that happening. I know there's a lot of open minds out there, but
well, I'm not going to lie to you. There's one of our club brothers that may or may not have gotten a lap dance, and cuddle time with a tranny not too long ago, but you know,
That wasn't me.
no, it wasn't you.
No, I had thunder tits.
Well, this was a local girl, and well, she wasn't even working. Listen,
I
it
don't want
happens
no,
sometimes.
whatever.
It happens. You know, I tried to, hey man, you know that that might not be a chick. I don't care. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll talk about that later.
I don't want to know who this club brother is. I don't think I could probably figure out, but
oh, you know who it is.
I do, don't I? Yeah.
Let's get to the topic at hand. So, but yeah,
I feel better having got that out. By the way,
good. But, anyways, let's talk about outbad members and what it means to be outbad.
Yeah.
And the reason why I want to bring it up is that lately there's been a lot of videos and a lot of content being made by dudes that are outbad. And you know, it's one of those things where it's controversial because if a club puts a member out bad, they usually don't get into great detail on why they're out bad. They just say the guy's out bad. He's
Usually, yeah.
Don't fuck with him.
No contact. Yeah.
No contact. You know, excommunicado. And a real MC or a decent MC will take that to heart and say, all right, cool, no problem. We're not going to fuck with them. We're not going to try to, you know, bring him into the fold of our club or anything like that. We're just, he's fucking garbage. He's whatever. He's trash. We don't want nothing to do with him.
Right.
Not all clubs do that. Some clubs do take in outbad members. Some clubs are made up of outbad members.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you know, traditionally, if a club puts you out bad, you fucked up, and you did something super fucked up.
Yeah.
For instance, maybe you tried to or succeeded in fucking another club member's old lady. That'll get you put out bad.
That's a bugaboo. Yep.
That'll get you fucked up.
It sure will.
Maybe you snitched. You went to the cops for whatever fucking reason, whether you snitched on your club or you snitched on another club or you snitched on whoever.
Yeah.
That'll get you put out bad.
Yeah.
Maybe you stole from the club. Maybe you had some sticky fingers. Maybe that donation fucking bucket, you thought it had your name on it, not the club's. That'll get you put out bad.
Yeah, maybe you sold a club member a stolen motorcycle and tried to pass it off as a legal one.
Yep. Burning up a club brother or burning the club itself on a fucking shit business deal.
Yeah.
That'll get you put out bad.
Yeah.
Not paying dues, not paying fines. That can get you put out bad, but then
usually you're given fair warning by then. And if you get put out bad for that, it's your own damn fault.
Well, usually you'll get put out. You'll just be told you're put out and then given X amount of time to make it right.
Yeah.
Or you're out bad until you make it right. I've seen that where a dude owes the club, you know, usually it's a significant amount, you know, hundreds of dollars type shit.
Yeah.
And then if you pay it back, then you're out just in good standings. But until you pay it back, you're out bad.
Well, here's you know where you'll find out. It's like a sort of a litmus test to see how much of a douchebag you really are. Because if you owe a couple $100, right, and you're on, you know, going to be in the outs maybe, and it could potentially lead you out of the club. I mean, if you're a well-liked member in the club, like guys are probably going to get the money together for you and, you know, try to help you out. You know, but I mean, if you're a douchebag and you're like you do this stuff as a rule, then you know that the garbage takes care of itself, man.
Well, that's just it. I mean, 9 times out of 10, if a dude gets put out bad in a legitimate reason, he was already given 100 fucking chances, or he fucked up so goddamn bad they wouldn't even give him a second chance.
Yeah,
snitching, fucking an old lady, fucking somebody else's old lady. I mean, that'll get you put out bad right the fuck away. If you're stealing and you give a fucking decent enough sob story, yeah, maybe you want to like, well, I'll tell you what, you pay it back, you probate for however fucking long again, like a 3 months probationary period, and we'll give you a second chance. Because we all, you know, we get it, man. Sometimes guys get desperate. It is what it is. You know, if a club brother's got a problem and he has to do some shady shit to try to get around it because he thinks that's the only way he can get around it, and he gets caught, usually as club brothers, we'll take that into consideration.
Yeah.
But you know, the only reason I bring it up is that there are some clubs that are putting out guys, they're putting them out bad, and they're not really put out bad for any decent reason other than they pissed off the wrong person.
Political. Yeah, political.
It's political shit. Or I've even seen clubs try to put women out bad. You know what I mean?
I do.
Like,
yeah.
you can't talk to this chick because she used to date one of my club brothers and she burned him over, so you guys can't fuck with her. Listen, you got to kind of dance around this subject a little bit. In today's climate of social awareness. But if you're going to say women don't have a position in the MC world, then that's fine. I agree with it. That's how it is in our club. Women are old ladies. They are, for a lack of a better word, they are somebody's property. The only way they can be involved with this club is if they're attached to one of the members.
CDC.
Yep, CDC. If you don't know what that means, figure the fuck out.
That's right.
So they don't have any standing as far as I'm concerned. Now, obviously, if one of our guys is dating a chick and they split up, that's just it. She's excommunicado from this club. But if she gets with some other dude in some other club, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell that club that, oh, hey, you guys can't talk to her because, she burned one of our club brothers. Now, I might warn them, be like, hey, that girl's shady as fuck. Don't fuck with her.
Yeah.
Party at your own risk. But other than that, that's about it. But yeah, I've heard of other clubs trying to put old ladies out bad. I've heard of guys trying to put probates out bad. It's like, as clubs, we have to use the out bad status as a last resort and a serious resort. We can't just put everybody out bad that we don't like. Some dudes are just not right fit. Some dudes just, maybe it's just time for them to walk away and just say, hey man, listen, we ain't the club for you. And you keep fucking pissing us off and breaking our arbitrary rules all the time. Because every club's got arbitrary rules.
Sure.
That other clubs might not have. Like some clubs that you can't drink when you are at another club function.
Yeah, a lot of rules are samey in clubs, but then every club's got its own little.
Every club's got its own little
rules. That's right.
Yeah. And if they're breaking an arbitrary rule and they keep just being a general pain in the ass, I mean, maybe don't put them out bad. Maybe just put them out. Say, hey, listen, this ain't working out, dude. So why don't you just drop your shit and just go on your way, man.
Yeah.
We're not the club for you.
Yeah, become a friend of the club.
Or don't even become a friend of the club. Just go your separate way, man. Go, do something else. Or I've seen guys put guys out bad because they had too many DUIs and they started talking shit and acting a fool. Man, that dude clearly has a fucking problem.
Yeah, like I am my brother's keeper. How about you, instead of kicking the man when he's down, how about you try to help a brother out?
Right. And if he doesn't meet the standard as far as must, obtain and operate a running motorcycle, but obviously if he doesn't have a license and he can't drive and his bike got repoed and he ain't got a fucking scoot, kick him out of the club or take away his patch until he can rectify it. And maybe he's got to probate again. But as far as putting the guy out bad for that, I mean, he just got caught up in some mess. He wasn't trying to hurt the club intentionally. He just fucked up in life. I mean, this ain't the fucking Boy Scouts, man.
Nope.
We're not all going to be, upstanding citizens,
Well, generally not. I mean, generally motorcycle club members are guys, they call them outlaws, but they're more interested in what's right and wrong versus what's legally right and wrong.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you have rules to keep guys in line, meaning you have rules like, you got to attend X amount of meetings a year. You've got to make X amount of events. Mandatory is mandatory, yada, yada, yada. And guys keep fucking it up and they're not paying their fines or their dues. Maybe not put them out bad, but maybe just, I don't know. Maybe just tell them, hey, listen, we're going to take your patch away. If you want to make it right, this is how you make it right. If you want to go your separate ways, just go your separate ways.
Yeah.
pay us the money you give us the money you owe. You're not out bad. You're out indifferent. I've seen clubs put guys out indifferent, saying, "Listen,
oh yeah,
I'm not saying don't talk to him, but don't. I would like it if you didn't take him in.
my sponsor.
He still owes us money. Your sponsor,
Yeah,
perfect example.
Yeah, 3 months into my probation, and boom.
You know, it's, and the reason I keep bringing it up is that there are guys that are doing podcasts and they're doing interviews and this, that, and the other thing, and they're out bad, and they're just trashing their old clubs, and that is just a bad fucking look for both parties. I get it that they're controversial and they're good content, and you're going to get the views and you're going to get the publicity or whatever. I get it. It makes sense monetarily. But as a club member, as a guy who's in the lifestyle, I can't condone it. I can't have a guy on this podcast that's out bad from an MC for a legitimate reason. I can't fucking do it.
No,
because I don't give a fuck what he has to say. Of course it wasn't his fault. Of course he was innocent. You know, of course he got the raw deal. Of course he did.
but all they do is, you know, they look like clown shoes is what they look like to me. They make us look bad, and other legitimate club member podcasters.
Exactly. Because they know the rule. They know the shit.
Yeah.
You know, now granted, if you know you've never been in a club, you don't know the world, I get it. But if you come from the world of the MC community and you come from a place of, you know what it means to be out bad, and you still have an out bad member on to say his piece and to get his side of the story out there, man, you're doing that club that put him out bad dirty. You know what I mean? You're putting, you know, no pun intended.
No,
you know, you're doing that fucking club fucked up, because now, of course, there's going to be a section of the public that believes him. And I'm sure that, you know, the club that put him out bad is going to be like, I don't give a fuck what people think. But at the same time, why put that out in the fucking world, man? If he got put out bad by a legitimate club for a legitimate reason, then you know what? Fuck him.
Well, you know, and here's the idea too, is that the nature of the beast is that we don't air our dirty laundry. And so a lot of times, most of the time, when a guy gets out of a club, there's only a few people that really know what that is and you know why it happened. And so, you know, just the nature of that itself begets it that the public is going to make up whatever they think is going to, they're going to jump to conclusions and tell stories, and they're 9 times out of 10 going to be wrong about the whole thing. You know, shit, we get the inside scoop sometime on some of these guys that go out, but we still don't know the story most of the time.
Yeah. No,
You know,
absolutely.
It makes it difficult too. I mean, I've had some people in other clubs that I truly was, you know, good friends with, and then they go out bad, and then suddenly it's no contact, and that sucks, man. You know, I can think of,
you know,
I can think of just a couple in particular, but you know, it did suck.
Look, the problem with sometimes guys getting put out bad is that you don't know the reason, and you're taking the word of a club that it's a legitimate reason, and that guy might have been your friend, man. That guy might have been a super rad dude, and every time you saw him, you guys had a killer time together, and you know, you pounded miles together, you pounded beers together, and then one day, hey, he's out bad, fuck him, he's a piece of shit. It's like, whoa, what the fuck, man? This guy was legit fucking last weekend. You know, you guys were calling each other's brothers, and we were all hanging out, and we were partying, and we were having a fantastic time. Now you're coming at me telling me he's a piece of shit, don't talk to him, and fucking beat his ass if you see him. I mean, yeah, that'll throw you through a loop. But, you know, sometimes you just got to fucking take their word for it, especially if they give you a reason, or they kind of give you a synopsis of a reason or a hint, you know, like, you know, oh, well, we found out that he's been snitching. We're not going to get into it, but he's been snitching. Oh, well, that's okay. I believe you. Fuck him. Or if it's, well, you know, he kept fucking around and he was pissing us off. Well, that could be a lot of fucking things. You know what I mean? Or we think he was stealing from the club. Oh, Why do you think he was stealing? Well, money was missing. Was it him? Well, we think it was him. Well, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's rough, man. But at the same time, if you don't know a guy and you're told he's out bad, just assume that it's legit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just assume that it's a legit reason and you shouldn't fuck with him. That's my advice. That's what I think.
Well, and and you're talking about some of these podcasters out there that are out bad from clubs and maybe telling some stories that are wrong or just telling their side of it. You really got to, just like the internet, you can't believe everything you hear on the internet. Sort of got to take it with a grain of salt as to what, that person's all about. And you got to do your due diligence and maybe do a little digging and find out what you can, about that.
Right. And we're talking about that. Well, listen.
Yeah, I know what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but that guy, I'm not even talking about him as far as out bad. I don't give a fuck. I mean, that whole deal was kind of it's just one of the things, man.
Yeah.
Shit happens. And like I said in the reaction solution video, when you're putting out as much content as those guys put out, when you're putting out as much information out there as those guys are putting out, you're literally reacting to a thing, you're trying to strike when the iron's hot, you're doing all this shit, and yeah, sometimes it's going to backfire. Sometimes sometimes guys slip through the cracks and they're fucked up. Look, I can sit here and talk about dudes that were on other podcasts that turned out to be pieces of shit. There's been guys on this podcast that are now out bad from a club, or they're now excommunicado, or they're now
it's true.
Come to find out the dude's a pedophile.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens, dude. I mean,
that was a shocker about him, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's how are you supposed to know?
I didn't quite expect that rap sheet. Boy, that was some pervy photo of him too, man. Kind of disturbing.
So, yeah. So, I mean, I get it. I mean, it's, when you're putting out content and you're talking to people that you really don't know that well, I mean, sometimes you're going to run into bad people. I mean, this isn't the Boy Scouts.
Well, it's on the internet, and of course, we can believe everything that's on the internet. It's all 100% factual.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing that separates us and what keeps us unique is that, we seldom walk back things that we say. We seldom censor. We, you know what I mean? We don't do reaction videos per se.
No, because we try to stay out of the drama.
Yep.
As much as we can. I mean, sometimes we got to say something because it's like, yeah, we got to say something,
Yeah, the redheaded stepchild, the 500-pound gorilla in the room.
It's got to be said.
Right.
And that's fine. I don't even have a problem with people talking shit. I'm just saying, like, for us, it's like, man, we're trying not to be controversial. I mean, maybe if we were more controversial, we'd have more fucking viewers, but it is what it is, but
that's not, I still contend that's not our style.
I know it's not our style. That's why we didn't put that video out last week. That would have been a good one. That would have broke some internets.
Well, yeah. And what did I want to title it?
Oh, zero fucks given.
ZFG. Yep.
Nope, ZFG. That would have pissed some people off. But.
Yes, it would have. And we'll just keep that one in the banks along with the very first video that we did, never to be seen.
Never to be seen.
I was ready to put it out, man. I was like,
God, I almost felt psychic too.
Right, I know, right?
All the shit that we were talking about, and we recorded that on Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
And then that whole deal went down. It was like, holy shit.
We would have released that a day before.
God, oh my God.
Man.
Yeah.
That's all right, man.
Or the day after. We would have released it the day after.
I mean, it's what are you gonna do? I mean, that's the club life. We sign on for it. Like I said, we're not Boy Scouts. It's sometimes a boring way of life. It's not an easy way of life, but it's a very deliberate way of life.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, it's not easy being a human being. Everybody goes through their own bullshit in life. Whether you're a corporate giant trying to do all your mergers and acquisitions and yada, 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 and trying to lower your golf score and trying to keep a marriage together and trying to raise a kid or whatever. Yeah, it's tough, man. Or if you're just some dirtbag that wants to, do the MC thing and, try to control a handful of other knuckleheads that are trying to do the dirtbag MC thing. And it's not easy, man. This shit's hard. And then you're trying to make videos and content. You got to edit it and you got to fucking come up with a decent thing to talk about for an hour. It's tough, dude. But
this is episode 99. We're coming up on 100 episodes.
I know we got to figure something out for that.
And 100, not just 100 episodes, but 100 episodes of nearly unique content.
Yeah.
We've gone back and danced around some stuff and revisited some things and stuff like that. But for the most part, we had very unique content that originated with us and then was later copied by many people in social media and the YouTube machine.
Yeah. Well, it's tough these days, man. There's a bajillion fucking channels out there. There's a bajillion fucking content creators on there on other things other than just YouTube. You got your TikToks, you got your Instagrams and all that bullshit.
TikTok's the king right now, man.
Yeah, TikTok's blowing up.
Yeah, it is.
But
it is.
You know what? I mean, at the end of the fucking day, we just do what we do. If it catches on, it catches on. If it doesn't, we quit doing it. Oh, well, I get my Thursday night back,
but you look at our numbers and the amount of subscribers doesn't necessarily reflect the potency of our podcast, because if you want to look at our analytics, you have to look in the number of hours watched of our videos. And so we get a lot of hours watched. A lot of people have seen our shit all around the world. We don't necessarily garner a lot of subscribers in the process.
And we got quite a few people listening to us on like Spotify and Apple and Google Play and all that jazz too. So and we got some pretty big name people reaching out to us. So, and they're digging our shit. So must be doing something somewhat right.
I don't know. Really, at the end of the day, what does it really matter? It
doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. We're just, again, we just decided to take conversations that we normally have, in person or on the phone, and we decided to put them into a podcast form and show the world.
It's like I was, saying the other day, this podcast is opened some doors for us personally, meeting certain people, getting, certain relationships built. So in itself is worth it. But anyways,
what we need to do is we need to find some sponsors, because I've seen some people with less subscribers than us. They get free shit from sponsors to try out this shit on motorcycles. Yeah. We're screwing up somewhere, man.
Well, we're not exactly corporate friendly.
Well, that's true, but there's a lot of non-corporate friendly people out there that make motorcycle shit. Probably be looking, for a couple of greasy bikers from Janesville, Wisconsin to help sell their shit.
Well, I keep trying to reach out to the Fleshlight people, but they don't return my emails. I've been trying to talk to the Roman people. They don't return my emails. The Blue Chews, the Hymns. Listen, we're here and we want to promote your products. We use your products. We love your products. So, holler at your boy. I know you're listening.
Some of this might have come from the Jason Momoa, blackballing and all that, the responses from that. You can't get with, 1,000 yards from him, I think.
Listen, I don't pay attention to the rules and laws of anybody, So if I see him, I see him. That's all I'm going to say. If I see him, I see him.
I look at laws this way. I wasn't there when a lot of them were written. That being said, I don't think I necessarily have to abide by them.
You gotta know where to draw the line. Like, listen, I'm a free man. I'm an American, sir. You know what I mean?
I do. I do.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I'm American.
I know where you were January 6th, 2021. I know where you were.
No, a friend of mine was. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Okay. A friend who was there. Okay, cool.
Throwing me under the bus here, man. Come on now.
I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. I'm just saying I knew where you were. I didn't say where you were. I just said I know where you were. Just saying.
Yeah, Peggy's Corral.
Sure. Betcha.
Route 41 in Palmetto.
Oh yeah. That's where we were.
Watched it all happen from the outside tiki bar.
Watch what happened.
The whole insurrection. I'm doing air
Oh,
quotes.
so you do know
insurrection.
about it. That's weird. You don't even know where I was talking about, but all of a sudden you knew where I was talking about. That's cool. Anyways.
Boy. Having some fun, huh?
They're having a good time. Ain't nobody listening. After 23 minutes, they shut the shit off.
Yeah, it's actually the case, but that's fine. There's a few. We got 6 or 7 diehards that listen to the end.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that fucking man. You had that like 10-minute long SOA rant.
Oh, I really ate into that time, didn't I?
Yeah, that's okay. You know, maybe they'll stick around for that.
Well, if you remember, one of the first rants we had on the podcast was when we were in single-digit episodes, and I went on for 5 minutes about George Jetson.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Flying around in cars, so completely unmotorcycle related.
Yeah,
but
and we one of our hottest, or one of our videos that had the most comments on is when we were talking about making brats.
Yeah,
I had no idea that brats was such a controversial subject, but yeah, people jumped in that comment. Oh, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, they really did get butthurt, didn't they?
Fucking struck a nerve.
Yeah. Huh. Oh well, who cares? Fuck them.
Is what it is.
Is what it is. You know, we get a lot of commentary, good and bad. You know, from people. But somebody took offense to the fact that No Shame was on with us.
Oh yeah, who got mad about that?
I don't know. Some guy made some comments on one of the social machines there and was upset. Kind of felt that we were shitting all over something that kind of helped us out. And
really,
yeah. Hey,
well,
his opinion, man. You know.
Well, you know, I don't care.
It's basically that was my retort to him.
Yeah, you can tell how much I read the comments because fuck. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, look, No Shame's a good dude.
Yeah.
They've got their opinions.
They do.
You know, I mean, those guys are hardcore MC guys.
Yep.
Like they hold the MC world very high in their as well as should. You know, they hold that MC world very high, and they will not sell out the MC world. They will not use it to profit themselves. They will not use it to benefit that podcast really, other than, hey, we're going to talk about the good stuff, and we're going to talk about the right way to go about doing certain things, and we're going to fucking call people out that are fucking using and abusing it and being the culture vultures. Yeah. You know, and I get it, you know, and if I put No Shame on the show, or we talk to No Shame, it's not shitting so much on the other guy. It's just, hey, this is a guy that doesn't like you.
Yeah, telling it like it is, man. He's just speaking his piece, man.
And I'm willing to bet that if No Shame wanted to go on the show of the guy that other guy said that we were shitting on, that other guy would have him on there.
I know he would.
In a fucking heartbeat.
Of course he would. Because let's face it, you've got to remain controversial.
You got to fucking get these assholes to click one way or another.
That's right. That's right.
Everybody talks shit about clickbait, but fuck if it doesn't work.
Tell you what, most famous person that understood how to create controversy and use it to make millions, Dennis Rodman.
Oh God, yeah.
Dennis Rodman started out his career. He was nobody. He was just a regular Joe playing the game. And the sports columnist named George Will told him, be controversial. Next thing you know, he's marrying friggin' Carmen Electra, and he's wearing a wedding dress with the fruit on his head, and he's got his, hair, dyed pink.
Well, he married Bandana too, didn't he? Or
he did. I have no idea, man. He went to North Korea.
He was talking to Kenny over there.
Yeah, he played basketball with him and shit, So, and Rodney was a good player. Great, he was great on the boards. You can't decry his career, and he remained controversial. And for better or for worse, he stood by what he was, and you got to respect that. Oh, I just lost you.
He's got 5 championship rings.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, 2 with the Pistons, 3 with the Bulls.
Yep.
So
yeah, I've got no issues with the Worm. I like the Worm.
actually,
He
he might
have
get one with
6.
San Antonio.
I think he did with San Antonio. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let us know in the comments. I stopped
shout out
watching.
Dennis Robb and all the giant sports fans that listen to this podcast. But
I stopped watching basketball when Latrell Sprewell came on there and went, we're in the middle of a strike and Porsches cost money too, so feel sorry for me. And I was like, dude, you just lost me.
yeah, when Jordan quit and the strike happened and all that other bullshit.
Oh, and then Latrell, he choked PJ Carlesimo like on national television on the sidelines too.
Yeah, well, that doesn't bother me, but
I was a big Larry Bird fan. I like the Celtics, but those days are long gone, man. I'm old. That was a long time ago.
yeah, that's the 80s.
Yeah, Danny Ainge, man, best 6 man in basketball. But
Yep.
I really don't care about sports except for football now.
I don't even care about football. I don't care about any organized sports. It's all just watered down bullshit at this point. I remember back in the day when fucking sports was sports, man. Fucking basketball. I mean, they were kicking the shit out of each other. We're talking about, the bad boys of Detroit. We're talking about, all that shit where guys are just fucking beating hell out of each other. Now it's like a guy will run past another guy fucking falls on the ground and it's a foul. It's like, what happened there? It's fucking flop city, man. Look at football.
Yeah.
I mean, how many fucking times back in the 80s, 90s or whatever, you'd see linemen with blood all over their face and bandages and all this shit. And guys were fucking, smacking the quarterback around like it was fucking nothing. And now if you accidentally hit a guy with your helmet, when you go to tackle him, that's a penalty. And
spearing. Yep.
Yeah, you've got, a fucking half a millisecond to touch the quarterback once he releases the ball.
Yeah. You do realize that the fans of the National Hockey League are going to be all over us now, but hockey players are some of the toughest out there, and I agree they are.
Yeah, hockey, yeah, they're bad motherfuckers. It's
they
just
really are.
dumb fucking sport.
It's better if you go to a hockey game in person and see it.
I've been to a hockey game.
Love going to a hockey game and watching it live.
Boring as hell.
Yeah, for you, I used to play it when I was younger. I liked it.
I hear it. Well, see, that's why, because you got to. I never played hockey.
But now you know what I play now.
What do you play?
I play motorcycles.
So do I.
Yeah, I know.
And shuffleboard.
Oh, you saw the courts here in my park when you went by.
Hey. Yep. Shout out to retirement centers, but
yeah, I'm not retiring very very quickly myself.
No, hey man, you're living a good life.
Yeah, we made quite the stir when the club members when we left that day. I mean, people coming out of their houses to watch us.
Yeah, it was like we had like a little mini parade.
We did, and it was nice. We kept it very quiet. I know people in here with cars that are louder than motorcycles in here. So
I don't even think I went above idle.
Well, no, you can't go more than 20 miles an hour out there, and they got them damn speed bumps everywhere. I'm surprised Cholo got his bike out of there.
Well, I mean, it lifts up pretty high.
Yeah, but even with that, they're still pretty high, some of those bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh well, man. I mean, so here we are. We're back. We'll get this out on Monday. We'll be back on track again. You got some content coming out. You did.
Yep, it's already out.
It is already out on YouTube. Nice.
It will be.
Nice.
We're recording it the exact same day, so it seems kind of weird that we're talking about it like we are, but it's already out. If you're watching this video right now on YouTube, it's already out. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget that. We're gonna have to learn how to do the whole live thing here, but
I know how to do it. That's why I was talking about it like it already happened earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, interesting. You have to let me know how that went, from a technical standpoint. So
yes. It was well received. Everybody liked it.
But I've got some coming out too. I spent the afternoon with an author of a series of books, fiction books about motorcycles, about bikers.
Sure.
It's called the Life Behind Bars series, and his name is Dutch Van Alsten.
It's a fucking badass name.
Dutch Van Alsten, right? Yeah, it is pretty badass.
It's probably a pen name, but still, badass name.
I think it's his real name. I don't know, man.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. But I've got that coming up, and did a pretty cool interview with him. So we'll do that. I was over at one of the big biker bars here in town, the Ride Hard Saloon, and interviewed a woman named Charlie, who she's pretty badass. She rode a 1200 Sportster all across America. She's out in Vegas right now on that bike, but we'll see what I can do with that. It was kind of tough. They had some electrical concerns in their building. They were bleeding through into the audio, and I didn't realize it until I ran the audio back. And then there's kind of some tough areas that I'm gonna have to get around. We'll see what I can do, what I can work with there. But
you get what you pay for.
I got a couple more things coming out, and then hell, by then
Didn't she have the record for the longest poker run?
Yes, sir. She was one of 14 women to do the longest poker run in the Guinness Book of World Records, like 3,700 miles.
Yeah.
So it was 7 stops and 3,700 miles.
It's a hell of a run.
We go on these poker runs and we'll do a stop, and people bitch when we go more than 20 miles between them. Damn, 500 miles between stops. That's saying something right there.
That's moving.
So yeah, and then before you know it, I'll be back up north, and we'll be doing the studio thing, sort of, the clubhouse thing, and
yeah,
probably take it on the road. We've got some equipment to be able to do that and compartmentalize and be able to get out there and show you some stuff, and we'll see what happens. Maybe we can cook brats on a motorcycle. We'll see how that goes.
No, it's impossible.
Yeah, I know. From a raw state, it would be. We probably end up with salmonella or something. So.
Yep. Maybe we'll have like a fan-only event where we'll stretch it out, and you got to show up at this place and bring your own brats and prepare them how you want, and we'll have a contest. Winner gets like $100. I don't know, or maybe not, because we're just going to lose. So.
Yeah, the winner could be a guest on this show.
Yeah, you could be a guest on this show and get all the notoriety and the biker's lifestyle bump that you so desperately want.
Oh, I'm sure it'll help them out in life. Put it on a resume; it looks good. Employers like to see that stuff.
Yeah, we'll send you a copy of the video. You could show it to them.
And actually, also, we're coming up on the show 100. For 100 episodes or 99 now, we've had a catchphrase to end the show, and I kind of want to retire that.
Okay.
But I'd sort of like to put it out there to the fans. All three of you have listened up to this point in time. Maybe we can do a little contest for somebody to come up with our catchphrase at the end. Our new catchphrase,
And just to let you know, if they all suck, we're not going to use them.
That's right.
Well, at the end of the last episode that you just watched and told me how amazing it was, I said, go fast, take chances. So,
ooh, that's right.
That was my catchphrase.
Go fast, take chances. All right. Well, remember the most dangerous part on the motorcycle is the nut that connects the seat to the handlebars, and go fast, take chances.
That's right.
Ride it like you stole
it. Well, yeah.
That's too cliche, isn't it?
It's very cliche. That was cringe as fuck.
Yeah, it was. I'll try to edit that one out.
Nah, leave it in there. Leave it all in.
One last time. Well, hopefully we'll do something special for show 100. I threw an idea at you, and is it percolating?
Yeah, but it might be a little tough.
Logistically, it might. We'll see. I'll reach out.
I don't know. Maybe I'll make a sacrifice. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
All right.
Later.